much like sport news going on? Anything?
Bits and bobs. It's mainly like bits of F1 stuff.
A lot of down, isn't it?
GP. Yeah.
Bike stuff.
Bike stuff. Yeah, it'd be a quick one anyway. There's only like 3 of us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Welcome
Hello again.
to Redline Anytime, episode 37.
Ooh.
It's kind of freaking me out being in the middle chair. I can usually see everybody from there.
I'm always on that side.
It's like, I'm not sure I'm enjoying this. I feel like a newsreader now. Good evening, this is the news.
Hello.
Quiet week, really. There's been lots happening, but no, nothing really significant.
Nothing massive.
We started the week with Tyson Fury announcing his retirement, which I think we predicted in last week's show or the show before.
He was going to retire. Yeah.
That's our first prediction. First prediction of the year. That good job. Were you here when we predicted that? So it weren't last week, if you were.
Yeah, well, I think I was there.
Yeah. So it wasn't last week. It was the week before. Which will have been our Christmas show where we discussed him losing.
Yeah.
There you go. But it's all coming back to me now.
Good decision, I think, overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's he going to do now? I mean, there's like...
Be a celeb, be a name,
Yeah.
be a celeb.
No, I meant in terms of boxing.
Oh, nothing.
It's a bit like...
Probably, what is it,
Help
exhibition
Tommy
shows?
out, maybe he needs it, like.
Yeah, to be fair. He's just probably going to go on and fight Jake Paul, but it could leave
Well, that's it, innit? Do you know what I mean? Go and get beaten by points by Jake Paul.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have we got Dan's prediction? Yeah, we have got a prediction for Jake Paul. Big news, massive news. You might need a phone for this. Somebody that we don't know,
Oh, yeah.
right, has left a comment.
What?
What?
Exactly.
Actual comment.
Bloody mad, mate.
Actual comment.
Random person.
Really?
Not the same random person. I mean, like I don't think I know them. So, thank you. It was actually a really nice comment as well.
Was it on the last video?
It
One
was
before.
on episode 35, I think.
No, I've just clicked on that one. It'll be on the Christmas one, possibly.
Possibly.
No, it'll be on the
Well
last one.
prepped. Well prepped.
Yeah, okay, so Craig K3's F7i. Been watching these guys for a while now, really becoming a good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
appreciate
carry
it.
on then. That's actual, like, first.
Yeah.
Actual, like,
outside the circle.
other than like
yeah.
mums, dads, brothers, sisters, mates and stuff like that, actual person.
know.
Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Keep watching. We'll try and be funny. Although it is going to be quite a short show this week. Having said that, we'll be here for 2 hours now because I've said the magic word. Right,
Twice.
so let's get into some other stuff. So Lewis Hamilton changing his name. He's adding his mum's surname in.
What's his mum's surname?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and my phone's over there.
Yeah, I've got it.
So I can't look it up. It's something like do you know what? It's actually quite a cool name. He's going to go double barrel to honour his mum as much as his dad. So I think that's actually quite a cool gesture.
Lewis Hamilton. This good.
Name change. Yeah, there's his mum.
Larbelestia.
Larbelestia. So it would be Lewis Larbelestia Hamilton.
You know, it's not actually a bad name.
Or Hamilton Larbelestia.
Nah, first way around. Yeah.
So fair play to you, mate. Loving it. Should we give him honorary friend of the show, Lewis?
Yeah.
Has he done enough?
For now.
Well, depending on how he does in red. We'll give him friend of the show. Lewis.
Had a little twist then, you did, yeah.
You're like friend of the show, pretty much every celebrity that we end up talking about.
Yeah, Craig, friend of the show.
And YouTube also picked up Jake Paul.
Met Logan Paul.
Logan Paul comment that we were talking about. So
in the video.
Even YouTube has started to like
pushing us
out,
outwards. Yeah,
which is kind of bizarre.
Absolutely.
Because we're still not actually talking about anything meaningful. Hamilton name change. Also, much hype around. Remember Angela Cullen, the blonde girl that was like by his side the whole time.
Yeah.
His trainer, all that kind of stuff. And then they went separate ways. It was a little bit weird. I think it was something to do with a particular sponsor or something like that came on board. But now he's left Mercedes, going back to Ferrari. Looks like they're getting back together again. So he's put in all the people around him that were there when he was winning and aren't there when he's losing.
Good job.
I was going to say it's kind of like
the dream team, the Mercedes dream team that built that car that he won, did all the winning with. Most of them are now employed by Aston Martin.
Okay.
Lawrence Stroll's just like dropped his massive bag of money. And gone, oh, did I leave that there? Oh, sorry, well, if you want, you know what I mean?
Whoops.
Here we go.
Clumsy me.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. Honestly, I think you put him in the right frame of mind, and if the car's anywhere near,
It should. Yeah, it could be
you
there.
know what?
Couldn't it?
Honestly, the socials are full of Hamilton stories. Like it's just,
They're bigging them up, really, aren't
it's
they?
like really like.
Everyone's recognised the
It's
part.
a bit like, we know he's moving to Ferrari. It's okay. You don't have to keep reminding us of it. I think it is, yeah. I think the one I'm going to watch out for this year, though, is Esteban Ocon, who likes to drive into his teammates.
I like that.
And has done it at every team he's been in like recent years. It's
Consistent, man.
unbelievable.
Consistent.
Constantly driving on.
Frenchman.
Absolutely. Millions.
And he's now gone to Haas, where he'll join Ollie Behrman, who's come up from F2,
right, yeah.
but has had a couple of outings in the Ferrari, factory Ferrari, and did really, really well, and then ended up getting a full factory Haas seat, because obviously Haas have a Ferrari connection. So honestly, it'll be funny. That's the one I'm going to watch next year for shits and gigs, because honestly, if he thinks he's going to come in and like own Ollie Behrman in his first season at in Formula One, those 4 seasons,
Not going to happen.
I think what's going to happen is he's not going to be able to drive into Ollie Behrman all year, because I reckon Ollie Behrman's going to drive away from him, like come crash into someone else's teammate.
How are you going to?
Like, because the questions are going to be from the media. Esteban has a well documented history of driving into his teammate. How will you avoid this? And he'd be like, that. Just be faster.
Yeah, be quick.
Just be quicker than
He has to catch me to actually.
If you can catch me, then he can crash into the back of me.
Fair game at that point.
So that'll be quite interesting. What else have we got? Carlos Sainz is officially rocked up at Williams, so there's bits and bobs all over.
People all changing everywhere.
Yeah, it's
is
all
this
like
for this year?
Yeah, this all the driver lineups. Interestingly, Santander, massive, like 73 billion euro like bank,
Massive.
right? Spanish bank.
Yeah.
Have now left Ferrari, and I think they were like title sponsor as well, right? They've left Ferrari and gone to Williams. Oh yeah, they've left Ferrari, gone to Williams with Carlos.
Oh, taking them with.
That's going to be a good season, you know.
Once again, dropped their massive bag of money. Whoops.
Yep. Oh dear.
Yeah, Carlos, can you come across the line and pick it up?
They're like nose cone Santander. You know what I mean? It's a serious sponsor.
Santander, really massive.
Yeah, exactly. And Tommy Hilfiger are like fully now at Ferrari rather than
they left with Hamilton, didn't they? Yeah.
With Hamilton. So what have I predicted about Williams? Right, they've now got good sponsors coming. Like they've got Albon and Sainz, who can both hustle, both products of the Red Bull Driver Academy. Both have been fucked over by Red Bull and the Red Bull Driver Academy, right? So if they've got a car that's anywhere near the front, right? Carlos has got it out for Ferrari, and Albon's got it out for Red Bull, and they've both got it out for Red Bull because they've both got pissed off by him. So if they're ever in an opportunity to go have a race with a Red Bull, it's like they're not going to give him any.
They're not going to
give him any quarter whatsoever. Like I say, it's just other bits and bobs of gossip really in F1 world. Nothing really to speak of. So,
not particularly.
Did we talk about Jorge Martin last week? Whether he was going to take the number 1 plate? I don't think we did. We might have been a different conversation. As world champion, he gets to take.
He gets to take it to another team, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. So he won it on a Ducati, and everyone's like, "Oh, now he's gone to Aprilia. Will he ride number 1?" I was like, "Of course he fucking will." Because his lifetime ambition, because he's only going to get that chance once,
unless he wins again.
Because that Aprilia. Don't matter how good it is, you put Marc Marquez on last year's Ducati, he will ride round anybody that's there. Like you put him on a 2023 Ducati, and he pretty much rode round everybody on 2024 Ducatis, excluding Jorge and his teammate. So that'll be interesting. So he is going to ride number 1 plate.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he?
I mean, why wouldn't he?
He has just won,
it was a brilliant season.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant season.
He earned it, really, didn't he?
It was really good.
Properly as well.
Valllyeyy's just had that big race of champions thing. I was down at the ranch, down in Valllyeyyy, and literally everybody that's ever won anything or competed on a motorbike gets invited. And we just do all sorts of grass track, and I forgot who was paired. It could have been Pedro Acosta or something like that. and one of them binned it on the first lap, so I think they will last, you know what I mean, something like that.
Tried to be last.
But yeah, it's just all the off-season stuff. So
point,
a couple of the MotoGP teams are now starting to reveal liveries. There's for the first time ever, a mass launch of F1 cars. Like at the same time,
what do you mean?
All the teams. Like normally, the reveal for the 2025 car, they're usually all staggered. So
but they've just gone in a block.
But they're like that. Then they have it on one day, all of you together, like in the same place. Apparently, I don't quite know how it's going to work.
Good
but
press conference,
I was going to say big reveal.
Yeah. But obviously the brand F1 gegging in on what is normally the team's domain, so far as like, we're launching our car.
Rather than it being given, you've got a space between this date and this date to release your car. So you've now got a date to do it by.
There's liberty, like managing the media and maximising, which is great. Because there'll be a load of people not interested will probably go to watch because
it's a big
they're all there. This is like. Points and
all that. Going to tune in,
it'd be well worth a watch, mate.
Absolutely.
Rained out. Well, we weren't rained out. We frosted out from Dyfi last weekend. we were booked on to go, but having seen the posts,
snowed over, man.
They've copped it.
Last week.
It was cold last week.
They've copped it, yeah.
We had like at least a foot of snow at Dyfi.
Saturday was cold, the rest of the week was cold, Saturday was cold, Sunday was much warmer, so we're like, well, we'll book for Saturday, so, because if it melts overnight, it's going to be like super muddy, so we'll go Saturday when it's still cold, and like firm mud, be laughing. Then we got an email off them saying, no, we're keeping the park closed.
It's all snowed over.
Loads of the tracks have changed, loads of
the
like loads of trees missing, so some of the tracks are a bit lighter now, and also because they can now get a machine into some places where they couldn't before, they're subtly different. So
I think turns in the ferns have become a bit wider.
And halfway down Valllyeyyy as well, there was a section that's been opened up, less trees, a couple of trees gone away.
You've got rid of the tunnel.
I don't know, I don't think it is, I think it's through the forest, mate. But anyway, so we're going Sunday. Sunday coming.
Sunday. I think a lot of people are going Sunday as well. It's meant to be a busy day.
Cool, I can't wait, man. It's been ages since I've been to Dyfi.
On the downhill rigs as well.
Take the big bites.
Be good stuff, man. Be good stuff.
Something to look forward to, innit?
Last time we talked about Dyfi on the show before we went, I broke 2 ribs, knocked myself out, got concussion.
It was like 2 weeks off.
Really the last time?
That wasn't the last time we went. Been since then, but that was the last time I talked about it. It was like, Dyfi.
Last time I was excited for.
Yeah, and then there was like following shows a lot. So remember last week where it's like, oh shit. Yeah.
I've actually got a couple broken ribs and
yeah.
battered.
It was a good one. Speaking of downhill bikes, let's move on to these gearbox bikes, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of press around these gearbox bikes. I don't really know too much about them, so I've been and done some investigating.
Yeah.
And they look pretty trick, don't they? Like
they are quite cool.
Belt drive, low gearbox.
Well, you put a belt on, it completely disappears the factor of like chain tension. It stays the same constantly. It either snaps or it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's not like your chain can get stretched and it can be all wavy. It's like, no, this belt either snaps or it doesn't, you know what I mean? And they don't tend to snap.
But you can just pop a spare one in your backpack.
Exactly.
Or
and
whatever. Easy to change.
Simple as.
However, I think it's the way, also the benefits are the weight of the chain, the weight of the rear cassette, the mech, all the blah blah that goes along with it. So like that's all sprung weight, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's now unsprung because it's below the motor. So the sprung to unsprung works better. But we've said this so many times that our e-bikes are belting downhill bikes. The amount of fun that you can have at Dyfi on my 160 travel e-bike, right? And my response after riding that for so long and getting a downhill bike was like that. It feels too light. My downhill bike feels too light.
Too poppy, too lifty.
Charlie Hatton today on one of the socials was test riding the new Atherton A200G, which is the gearbox version. I don't know if it's a prototype or not, but I would imagine once you've got all that sorted, adding a motor is probably not a massive leap engineering wise.
Realistically, you take the exact frame, make the tube have a space for a battery, and then just put a motor instead.
Well, it uses one of those raised pivots as well, so I don't know how they work engineering wise. But what Charlie Hatton says was exactly what we echoed. So because all the weight is low down in the bottom of the frame, there's a bit of it, so it tracks the ground so well. And we were like that. There you go. That's exactly what we've been saying.
What you said about the e-bikes, does that then hit the sweet spot and weight?
Right now, that was going to be where it was going. Yeah. So
a downhill bike without the battery and just the motor.
A better fit for me.
Yeah.
For a downhill bike than my downhill bike, because just the difference between like the weight of the e-bike and the downhill bike, it's massive. So it freaks me out and looks like it's too light. I'd have to stop riding one and just ride the other just to get used to it. Yeah. However, if I get like carbon downhill bike out and then like
put a motor-esque thing in the bottom of your downhill bike. Yeah.
Now we've started.
You were only looking at, you could only have both ends of the spectrum in it, and now you've got the exact
centre.
It's like putting a pair of 40s on the 160
minus the battery.
Yeah, without the battery. Yeah. But we talked about this the other week as well, where it was Orbea entered their e-bike into the DCI
without the battery
on wildcards without the battery and motor. And did really, really well, to the point where they are now providing bikes for Seagraves. FMD, yeah.
Follow my dreams.
Follow your dreams. Did you get the bit about the bunny hopping car last week then?
I did see that in the
mate, honestly, it's so cool.
What was it, the Valllleeyyy 9?
Valllleeyyy 9. The Build Your Dreams Valllleeyyy U9.
It jumps over potholes and stuff.
It actually bunny hops. Way cool.
Spike strips.
Very cool.
So
these gearbox bikes look like they could actually stand a chance of picking up some silverware at the UCIs this year. So there's a few teams actually running them. Notably, I think Intense Factory Racing. Their whole entry is these gearbox bikes. I don't know whether Atherton are going to enter a gearbox bike.
If they've got it perfected by the time the races come around,
Charlie, I looked like he was flying.
Then they'll enter them, but they won't enter them as a prototype. They'll just do it in like maybe practice or something. Test the bike.
Have a couple of wild cards through the season, something like that.
Just wait. You wait until Specialized gets a hold of this. So they got the buttons to change the suspension settings, plus a belt drive gearbox.
Oh yeah.
Because you've seen the buttons, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, isn't that just the standard RockShox flight attendant thing? Or is it where you just got like adjustable rebound and damping? But it's totally dynamic. Yeah. It knows what you're doing, and you know all that kind of stuff. Measures loads of things, and it's constantly adjusting itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Like constantly. Active suspension on your downhill bike. I know Tani was riding it last year. There was a load of riders like locked into it last year. Unless you're riding Fox. Fox.
Well, Specialized ride Olins, don't they?
I think the factory team.
They've got Folens, forks, and shock, and I believe that's why they've got the buttons rather than the flight attendant that does it on its own.
Oh, okay. Well, RockShox. Specialized have always had like a unique feature. So when I got the carbon stump jumper, it had a Fox rear shock, and they were the only people to have it. The auto sag thing. You pumped it right the way up, sat on it, pushed the button, and it set the sag for you perfectly.
That's cool as hell. I didn't even know that existed.
It was on a Fox shop.
Yeah.
But you could only get it on Specialized, apparently. I don't even think you could buy it through the distributor network. You had to order it through a Specialized.
You're gonna know, friend of a friend orders it.
Yeah. Well, or just buy a Specialized.
Yeah.
Car stuff. Can we have any car stuff to talk about? I don't think there is. Neil's car, man. Isn't he? I know he's bought some plastic bits to stick on his car. But he's away up to Scotty Botland tomorrow. I wonder if they're listening in the car. Hey, Neil, Helen, hiya. Safe journey.
Probably not.
He definitely will.
I reckon so.
If you're listening in the car on the way up to Scotland tomorrow, send us a message. In fact, send him a message because he doesn't think you're that.
Just to prove a point.
Copy me in. Right, I told you it was going to be a short show today. That's it. I think on quiet week for anything, but we're going biking at the weekend, so we'll have stuff to talk about next week. So all that remains for us to do is astrology. Have you had an astrology for this year? You don't know how your year's going to turn out.
I don't.
Ooh, are you optimistic?
I am, yeah, very.
Okay.
New year, new Dan.
New year, new Dan. Lieutenant Dan.
Okay. I'm a Virgo, so this is your fortune. Open your mind and your heart to good things.
You got that last week because I got it and then I did it again.
Maybe that's just my fortune.
Maybe it's like being reinforced.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And what, you'll get a different one just to show that it was a fluke.
I had to do 2 spins last time, didn't I?
Star sign?
Nervous. Pisces. You have good reason to be self-confident.
There you go.
Well, I kind of like that one.
Maybe being trimmer 2's actually.
Maybe it was the beard trimmer number 2, yeah.
Scorpios.
There you go.
There we go. Get ready for a life-changing event.
Ooh,
That's a big
beginning of the year.
one,
That's a belter to get. It's a proper cliffhanger.
Well, stay tuned for what happens in Dan's life at a big event.
Whoa, mate, that's like.
That's
Dum, bum, bum.
life-changing, serious. Like,
It's good or bad, really. It's either really good or really bad.
Really good or really bad.
Yeah.
So if you were Tsutomu Yamaguchi, right, and on the Friday you were at home in Hiroshima and the nuclear bomb went off, right, and you managed to survive it. You went into an air raid shelter for the night, and then you're like, oh shit, gonna be late for work. Right, you got up, got out of the air raid shelter, dragged your ass to a station, jumped on a train because you worked in Nagasaki. Right, as you arrive in Nagasaki, second bomb goes off, which you survive and live to the ripe old age of 93. Are you the world's luckiest or unluckiest man?
you're buying a lottery ticket, aren't you? Realistically,
What an answer!
You know what I mean?
Is he the luckiest
Yeah,
man
it's
or
luck,
the
that's luck.
unluckiest
That's
man?
luck.
Well, you test your luck at
That is
that
luck.
point, innit? It's
That's
like,
luck. That you're buying a lottery ticket, aren't you? You know,
So Noel came up with the concept of quantum luck. You know, you can have like
Schrodinger's luck.
Schrodinger's luck, so you can have a quantum fuck, which can be both given and not given at the same time. He came up with Schrodinger's luck as well, so you are both, you know, you are as lucky as you are unlucky at the same time. I think that explains the story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi.
Yeah,
If you want to know more about Tsutomu Yamaguchi,
check out our last
because we
episode.
were all like that, so you get a bit of leaves on the line or a bit of frost, it's like, oh no, I'm coming into work, you'd be like that, was there a fucking nuclear explosion? No?
There
Well,
was
I'll
2.
see you here in half an hour then. Ding, do you know what I mean? So like the whole
Almost
thing.
got blown up.
Yeah.
Got a train to work, and what happens? Almost gets blown up
Yeah,
again.
that's the other thing, right? Trains were running.
Yeah,
Just,
that's
do you know what
mad,
I
that is
mean?
mad.
The rest of like Hiroshima gone, trains.
It'd be like
running.
Fallout, where
Like
you've got a ghoul.
Arcetomo, like that, checking his watch. And I bet you any money they were still on time as well. Anyway, we did this all last week.
Early.
You should go and have a catch up on last week's show. There was
Definitely.
loads of crazy stuff in there.
Anyway.
Right, that was a swift one. Just want to say thanks for joining us.
Leave a comment.
We'll be 4 strong again next week.
Fingers crossed.
It'd be cool if we got like another actual comment. So let us know. Say hi. Say whatever you want.
Subscribe, like.
Fox. And until next time, keep it redline. You're gonna switch it off for that. Definitely.